Home-based business startups and funding tips. That's the topic for today. One of the most rewarding types of investing that you can do is to fund somebody else's dream. All you have to do is supply the credit or the money, let them do the work, and you get a piece of the action. Or sometimes you just get paid back a specified amount of money, something that you've agreed upon. Sort of like a partnership. It could be a general partnership, it could be a silent partnership, but one thing you have to keep in mind, you miss a payment, one of those milestone payments, and you just see how silent that partner becomes then. So today I thought I would discuss a few tips with you in case you have been considering launching a home-based business and you might be looking for some funding capital, or on the other side, you might have a line of credit or you might have a little bit of cash that you could help fund somebody else's dream. And this is what this might look like. The first thing that's probably the most important thing that you can keep in mind is you need to set some very clear expectations, and those expectations have to be in writing. Startups are risky. Some are more risky than others. One thing you can do is you can put things in place so that you can minimize the risk, but you can never ever eliminate risk 100%, no matter what type of investment that you might be talking about. So here's a few things that you can do. One, obviously you need to put everything in writing and agree to it. The first thing is you need to have that entrepreneur have a coach or a mentor, an accountability partner there to assist. They need somebody that they can go to help when times get tough, because they're going to. Sometimes you might want to put a team around them, so that they have some guidance there. Not always, just depends on the type of business that they're getting into and how much capital is invested there as to how far you want to go into that. But for sure, you want a coach or an accountability partner there assigned to that person. On setting clear expectations, you want to put it in writing, and then you also want to include something like, what happens if expectations are not being met? And I'll go into an example a little bit later on. But, you go into this like a marriage, but you have to plan and put it in writing like there could be a divorce down the line, okay? So what happens if the milestone objectives are not being met on time or satisfactory? Next, how will you know if things are going well or not? Again, you want to set some really clear. Now, you don't want to stymie the person because they're entrepreneurial, okay? You don't want to have everything down so stringent that they don't have, any wiggle room, but you want to set some weekly and monthly milestone objectives that will help each of you know whether things are going good or not. If they are moving forward, all is well. But if you see that some things are not being done that's in your agreement, then you need to step in. And if you can do those on a weekly basis, maybe have an accountability call once a week where you can talk to them about it, make sure that everything is going well, or if not, that way both of you are on the same page. Next, one of the things that is a problem with home-based business opportunities is people tend to treat it like a hobby and not like a business. It doesn't matter that you have a full-time job. If you start a home-based business, you need to treat it like a home-based business. You need to set aside so many hours, and it doesn't have to be the same time every day or whatever, but if you can do that, it's a whole lot easier to control. Many people start a side business or a side hustle, whatever you want to call it, on the side and do it part-time. They work in the evenings or they work on the weekends, and you need to really think about how your family, get your family involved in this, because if you can set up the expectations for your family, what this new business venture could mean to them, you're going to get the buy-in. You're going to get help when you need it. You know, they'll pick up extra chores and do different things. Maybe you want to reward them some way for helping, you know, stay quiet while you're on a business call or you're out, or, you know, some of those things. There's a million different ways that you can get your family involved, but it is important that you get support from your family, because many do not, and they end up failing. So you need to decide up front how much time that you are willing to allocate towards this home-based business opportunity. The next thing is you need to have a plan. Now, gone away, I've got an MBA. I've owned and operated umpteen businesses throughout the years, and have looked at a gazillion different business plans. And one thing I can tell you is most business plans, after you create it, and that is usually done just for the benefit of your banker or somebody else, they throw that thing over to the side and they never look at it again. So we don't want to do that. My people and people who I coach and help with the home-based business opportunity, these are one-page business plans. You need a 90-day plan at best, because things change so much. You can work with your coach, your accountability partner, to figure out what it is that you need to do next. This is a stair-step methodology so that you can make sure that you're successful. Again, you don't want to be so bogged down going through the checklist that you're not having fun, you're not enjoying the process and all of that. And chances are the business that you start out with is not going to be the same business 90 days down the line. You're going to learn some things and you're going to change some things. I know one of the things, when I started my Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday, totally started out as one thing, and over the last 3 years it has evolved into something totally different. So that probably is going to happen to you too, depending on what type of business it is that you decide that you want to launch. So just to give you, some ideas on that one-page plan, it's really a marketing plan, because whether you like it or not, you don't have a business until something is sold. It doesn't matter whether it's a product or a service. Doesn't matter whether it's online or offline. You have to have a way to generate leads to come your way, to get in front of prospects so that you can build a relationship and turn them into customers so that they will buy from you. And you don't want them, usually, depending on the business model, of course, you don't want them to buy from you just once. You want to have probably a variety of things so that over time their value increases as a lifelong customer of yours. So that one-page marketing plan, I can help you with that as well, because that's worked really well for me and my group. Now, just to give you an example, one of the things that we're doing this month in our passive income generators group is we are offering our members the opportunity to get funding for two different things. And one, it's on our hearts, and especially mine, is I want to help families get out of debt. And I believe I have shared with you previously. So there is a software program, and it's kind of pricey, but it's worth it. It will help families get out of debt in record time. And you can put through a ton of different scenarios. It's not like anything that I've ever seen before. It's not like this cheap apps and things. Now, I should be careful how I say things, okay? This is really something that is different than what is currently out there in the marketplace. If you're using some of those programs or apps, by all means do whatever you have to do to get yourself out of debt so that you have more money that you can put towards investing and build a better financial future for your family. But this is unique in the fact that you might have some windfalls of cash, different scenarios that you can put through there to find out which one would be best for you. So we want to be able to have money available in the kitty to help families fund that and get started on their way towards becoming debt-free. That's one of the projects. Another one is the digital branch office for the little green card. That is a income opportunity, and it's $495. And not everybody may have $495, and we don't want money to stop you from doing this business if this is something that is on your heart that you've decided that you want to do for your family. And so what I did was I set up a set of parameters, kind of like what I talked to you about here. So every person is going to be assigned an accountability partner. There is some milestone objectives that's set up that talks about, this is how you'll know whether things are going well. This is how you'll know that things are not going well. And then if you don't perform your duties, then what will happen is the sponsorship gift that we have provided you is going to become due within 30 days instead of over the course of 12 months. This way, our members are protected and you're protected as well. So I really, I love that. It's clear, very clear for whoever it is. They know the expectations coming in that we're here to help you. We're going to provide you with the coaching and all of the different things that you need. But then your job is to make sure that you are moving step by step forward, one step at a time, and doing your part. And then obviously, because we're passive income generators, yes, we want to make an impact on this world, but we're also about making money, right? So the expectation is that we want to incur a profit as we're helping families just as well. So this is only for members only. So in order for you to participate in this, you would have to become a member. And one of the things that we've got going on right now, and this is for a limited time only, is you can join and become a passive income generator for $125 a year. Whether you participate in any of our programs, if you want to do the 80-20 split, which is what I do for all of our people, then that's strictly up to you, and you can do that on a case-by-case scenario. For example, if you wanted to participate in the opportunity where we are providing funding for the DBOs, then any income generated by that activity, 80% will be split among all those people that are participating in that particular project. If you would rather come over here and help us fund people who want to get out of debt, you can choose to do that as well. You can put a few dollars, and all of these typically are about $100 in value each, and that's our sponsorship amount that we say we want to make it affordable for everybody to participate. And then as those get paid back into the kitty, then 80% of that gets distributed equitably among all those who are participating. So these are two great ways that we can help families fund startups or help them get out of debt. And we are at the end of October right now, and this is a really great time. We've got Christmas coming up and a whole lot of different things, the new year. This is when I always start planning next year. It's my birthday month coming up in November, and I always, sit down and look and see how I did compared to what I thought I was going to do and all of that. And again, it's kind of accountability to myself to see where I need to improve for next year. So I hope the Home-Based Business Startup and Funding tips has been beneficial for you today. If you are interested or you know anybody who needs some home-based business startup funding, have them to reach out to me at any time, and I'll be more than happy to go through that. And these applications will be processed on a first-come, first-served basis. And again, you will need to have a sponsor or a coach with you in order to apply for any of this funding. And then you'll have to hop on a Zoom with me, and then we'll go over the details of that a little bit later on. But anyways, hey Margaret, oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in a million years. Hope all is well. You're on the other side of the world this morning. Good to see you on here. But anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. And if you have any questions or anything else that you would like for me to cover on home-based business startups or funding tips, you can drop them in the comments below or send me a message, and I'll be more than happy, because after all, I'm doing this for you. I'm not necessarily doing this for me. I'm trying to educate you on some of the ways that you can make money through investing. And one of the ways is you can fund somebody else's dream. One of the things that I remember my dad talking about several years ago before he passed away, he was funding spec houses in Valley View and Jonesboro, Arkansas area. And he said, man, this is the easiest money I've ever made in my life. All I have to do is supply the line of credit or, cash for them to do their thing. 30 days later, he gets paid back his money and some profit. So you can do the same. You don't have to have a lot of money to help folks build their own dream. In fact, when you join the passive income generators, it's $125 a year just for you to get access to some of these opportunities. So even if you don't ever do anything about it, but just come inside the platform and learn and see what other people are doing, it is a fantastic return on your educational investment. So come earn as you learn. My name is Nancy Gaskins, and I'm sowing seeds of financial hope and entrepreneurial opportunity in communities around the globe.